What's up, y'all? Will here at Schedulefly, and this is another in our Timless Advice series, and it comes from John Myerow, who owns Tria Cafe up in Philadelphia, and this is from our first Restaurant Owners Uncorked book. We self-published this book in 2010, and to this day, it's amazing how much phenomenal, timeless advice and wisdom this thing has, and we brag on that not because we published it. The book, the content of the book, all comes from the owners we interviewed. We had 20 owners that we interviewed in this book, and a few months ago we started looking at it and realizing, you know what, there is some phenomenal advice in there that was great then and it's great now, and we felt like this is a great place to share it. So John said something in that interview that just kind of made me stop. And I remember it very well to this day. I remember him saying it. I remember thinking how awesome it was. I remember literally calling my friend Matt and telling him this specific line that John said during this interview that I thought was just phenomenal and truly would apply to any business. And he agreed, and he remembers it. And I'm going to get to that momentarily. First, from our sponsors. Two sponsors, Schedulefly and Flip Mobile Banking. First, Schedulefly. That's our company. We have a very simple, easy restaurant employee scheduling software that we have been providing to independent restaurants and bars and breweries and distilleries and boutique hotels and coffee shops and ice cream shops and all kinds of independent hospitality businesses for 15 years now, since 2007. We serve just about 6,000 customers and 250,000 employees who check their schedules and communicate with their teams on the daily on Schedulefly. Look, if you're on Excel, pencil and paper, or some other version of some non-software version of creating and managing and editing your schedule for your staff at your restaurant, and your staff doesn't have any way to know what's going on their phone at their fingertips all the time, give us a look. We'd love a chance to serve you. And maybe what you're doing works really well, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if there's any headaches or challenges with that, or you want to provide a really meaningful benefit to your staff that will make their lives easier as well as yours, check out Schedulefly, schedulefly.com, 30-day free trial. You can sign up right there on the site. You don't need to interact with us. Sign up, start using it. If you like it and it works at the end of 30 days, you can start paying. If not, no sweat. We don't have any salespeople here. There's no pressure on you. You'll know very quickly whether you like it or not. If you do, or if you need anything, we're super easy to reach and very happy to help. Our entire business for 15 years has been built on the foundation of incredibly simple software and legendary customer support. And we'll hang our hats on that. And we love this business. We love the people we serve. We'd love a chance to serve you if you think it would work for you. Give us a try. My personal cell phone number is right there on the website. Trial sign-up page, and I believe it's on the Learn More page. By the way, on the Learn More page, there's a quick demo at the bottom of the page so you can see what Schedulefly looks like and how it works. And that is all. Second, Flip Mobile Banking. Flip, F-L-Y-P. You can find them at flipmoney.com, or you can find them in the App Store. Flip's got a really cool mobile banking product, y'all, that has a rewards-based debit card. So let me say that again, a rewards-based debit card, not credit card. This is a checking account that has no minimum balance, no monthly maintenance fees, all these fees that banks charge. Flip doesn't do that. Okay. You get a checking account. You don't have to keep any certain amount of money in it. And with that checking account comes a debit card. And that debit card can be used at 37,000 ATMs around all over the place for no cost. But here's the cool thing about the debit card. It's rewards based. So just as when you use your credit card now and you get points or miles or whatever, or cash back, Flip has a cashback rewards-based debit card where you're either going to get cash back or you're going to get Flip coins that you can you can compile those and use those to spend. But the big thing is the cash back part. They will give you up to 110% cash back. And that's legit. We actually have a ScheduleFly customer who got 100% cash back on a purchase. We had a ScheduleFly customer who got 23% cash back on a purchase. And here's how it works. You go in there, you use your debit card. And when you use your card, you pull out your phone on the way to your car in the parking lot or when you get home or right there at the register or whatever, and you pull out your phone and you open your Flip app and you spin the Flip wheel, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune wheel. And when that wheel lands, you're going to get something. It might be 1% cash back, 2%, 5, 10, 23, 100, 110. You're going to get that cash back. And if you don't get cash back, you're going to get Flip coins. And once you get enough Flip coins, you can use those for a variety of things. So check it out, y'all. If you don't just love your bank, like if you love your bank right now and you think that, and there's no fees and there's no minimum balances and they take great care of you and you just love working with them, I just lost everybody probably on that, right? Because I don't think anybody, barely anybody would fit that scenario. You're going to love Flip. It's a great product. They're great people. We know them, and we know them well. They take great care of their customers, and they're in it for all the right reasons. They care about their customers. They care about doing right by people. They go above and beyond to take great care of their customers. So check out Flip, FLYP, flipmoney.com, or find it in the App Store. And when you sign up in the App Store, use the promo code ScheduleFly. When you use the promo code ScheduleFly, all you got to do is spend $100 in the first month, and boom, you get $20 back from Flip. Promo code ScheduleFly. All right, let's get to John Myerow and Tria up in Philly. So one of the things I like to ask people that start businesses, restaurant owners and hospitality business owners, it's a grind, right? It's a tough business. There's all this sort of, allure to the restaurant business, and you go in this cool restaurant and you see the owner there and you think, man, I'd love to do this. I can cook and I like being around people. And as one customer said one time, that's like 0.5% of the time. It is a hard business. And it's why we love doing this, because we have so much respect for the people that do it and do it well and do it for long periods of time. Particularly when you get started. All right. So you start your restaurant and you start your hospitality business. You've got this business plan. You're excited and you finally raised capital and you got a location. You did your build out and now you're going for it. It can be daunting. And I've got to imagine that there are a lot of times that folks do this where they're sitting there thinking, what have I done? Like, holy cow, I didn't plan for that. And now look what's happening. So here's where we pick up from this interview in this book. And I said, were there times early on when you thought to yourself, what am I doing? What have I gotten myself into? And here is John's response. Well, yeah, I did. I worked without a salary for 2 years. I had influential business people tell me my idea was stupid and that nobody would go. Banks laughed at me. It's a very lonely road. The funny thing is, in Pennsylvania, there's no such thing as a beer and wine license, so pretty much every restaurant that has alcohol has distilled spirits, as well as wine and beer, because you can. Other states have beer and wine licenses. But the day we opened, my lawyer and partner said, what the hell are we doing opening up a bar in Rittenhouse Square, which is a very influential part of the city, with no martinis? The first customer to ever walk in said, where's the martini? And then walked out because we didn't have one. I just wanted to shoot myself. It took time because there were no other wine bars like this in Philadelphia. There were plenty of times where I was thinking, what am I doing? In spite of that, I've always believed in the concept. It was a place that I would want to go. I didn't believe that other people wouldn't want to go there as well because I don't think my tastes are that insane. The first one was slow to take off, but the sales in 2009 were nearly double what they were in our first year, which was 2005. Sales have gone up at both locations every single year, and we've never done any media advertising since we started. It's all been through word of mouth and internally generated marketing. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to stay true to it. The Phillies have been doing really well every year, and part of our concept is that we don't have TVs. It's a place to go and talk to your friends. It's pretty basic. Well, the last 3 years during the baseball playoffs, man, I wish I had a big TV, because during the playoffs, the Phillies games start and the place empties out. But you can't sell yourself out. You have to keep true to your concept, or else no one's going to know what you stand for. We have a very focused concept. The fact is, Tria is not for everybody. Not everyone drinks wine. Our menu is pretty Eurocentric. Not much of it is mainstream, so a lot of people wouldn't want to go there. But that's the thing. Now you're going to appeal to people who become stark raving fans. The interesting thing is, Tria is superficially a simple concept, but it's not that simple to run. Making something simple is actually quite complicated. What a paradox. We have very small menus, but an extraordinary amount of time goes into choosing the selections and into educating the staff on them. Look at beer. There are 1,500 registered brands and 6 distributors. There are websites that post what's hot and what's not. So even though I put a lot of time into the beer list, it's relatively simple. But with wine, there's no transparency. There are dozens and dozens of importers and hundreds and thousands of little wineries. It takes a lot of work dealing with a lot of people to choose the wines. Most places won't do that. We have clout because we have 3 locations now, and we can get some stuff that other people can't get. So we have a simple concept, but we've also been trying to build a competitive advantage that other people can't copy. You're not going to be able to compare wine lists to a certain extent. Restaurants have a notoriously low barrier to entry. Anyone can open a restaurant. So what we've tried to do is have a very focused concept with an emphasis on service and on educating our guests, which makes it harder to copy. Okay, and then I asked about, finding people that share that passion, share that knowledge of wine, and asked about maintaining the company's soul. And here's John. Your culture and passion can do the work for you. If everyone has the same passion for being here, for the products, for giving great service, half our job is done. When we grow, nothing suffers. There are a lot of people with passion for the product. Luckily, we sell something that a lot of people love, but the secret is to find somebody who has the passion for it and also has the ability to be a good restaurant employee. We've hired some people with the passion, but they just weren't very good on the floor. Some people just can't be good servers. I'm one of them, so I feel their pain. But I think we've done a good job with it. We're very selective. If we put an ad on Craigslist, we'll get 100 or 200 responses, and there might be 3 or 4 people that we consider seriously. I like to say it's harder to get into Tria than it is to get into Harvard. And he laughed. Our acceptance rate is lower, and our employees know that. I think the people that work here know that they put up with a lot, but they get a lot back. We try to give much better tangible benefits to our staff than other restaurants because we expect a lot. We have quizzes every single week and training every single week, and every single front of the house staff member has to do it. If you don't want to learn a lot in your free time about wine, beer, and cheese, you're going to get fired. It's that simple. All right, y'all, and here's that line that I was talking about at the very beginning of this thing. Here's the payoff. I love this so much. So simple, but so brilliant. To me, the biggest competition is not for customers. It's for staff. If you compete in the labor market and get the best staff, the customers will follow. End quote. Let that sink in for just a minute. If you compete in the labor market and get the best staff, the customers will follow. Not many businesses where that doesn't apply. But it's definitely not something that business owners always focus on. It's hard. It's hard to be that discriminating on your staff. But if you are and you hold out, and John and I went and talked about, they don't just like fill an empty position like with anybody that walks in. I'd love to talk to John about how things have been going during COVID. The labor market was incredibly challenging, just getting anybody to work. But once again, when you have that level of talent and passion and knowledge in your staff, that limits the number of people that can work there. but it sort of allows you, I believe, the luxury of, even in a tough market, there's only so many people that would work in a place like that. And where are they going to go if they are looking for work? They're going to go to you because they know that you hire the best, and the best want to be around the best. Listen, these episodes have been a lot of fun. We're getting fired up for some episodes coming up in January. We may be doing some long form ones here in the next couple of weeks. I've actually got a potential opening or two that we may try to get a couple of these in here. But otherwise, we'll keep cranking out these timeless advice episodes. Never get tired of these things. And then we've got a good schedule coming up in January. Be out in Colorado again. One of the interviews we're really excited about is Myerow McQueen in Aspen, Colorado. Phenomenal story. Great lady, phenomenal story. And anyway, more coming soon. Thank you all for listening. Subscribe to the podcast, and please rate the podcast if you have a platform that allows ratings. We'd appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for listening. More coming soon. See ya.